So how does all of this ultimately, though, play out? Helima Croft is MD and head of global commodity strategy at RBC Capital Markets. Helima, the key word here is sanction, right? This is not all oil coming Venezuela. It's not from Venezuela. It's not a complete blockade of all of Maduro's oil. So how much do we think it is, and what kind of damage might it do?
Well, it's certainly not the 250,000 barrels a day that Chevron exports from Venezuela. So we're talking about the remainder. Are we talking about 500,000 to 600,000 barrels potentially? But the key thing is, Brian, we have seized one tanker. What type of forces are we going to deploy to go after the rest of these sanctioned cargoes? So I think that is going to be the question. How serious is President Trump about backing words with action with his latest threats against the Maduro regime?
What does it mean for China, which I understand was the recipient of these barrels, Helima?
Well, the question for China is, do they really need these Venezuelan barrels at the moment? I mean, China has become the shelter of last resort for everybody's sanctioned barrels. The Russians put their sanctioned barrels into the Chinese teapot refiners. Iranian barrels are showing up in the Chinese teapot refiners. So how big a hit to China is this move? Again, it's one tanker so far. It's going to be a big question is President Trump very serious about really trying to shut down the sanctioned Venezuelan oil trade?
Yeah, you're doing 103 million barrels of oil a day produced around the world, roughly. We're talking about maybe 500,000 to 700,000 barrels of oil a day from this, which would effectively be one ship. So on that basis, it's not very much, but it's a lot of money for Nicolas Maduro, I've got to imagine. So what is the thinking about what kind of damage? Could this actually force Maduro to voluntarily leave his own country and go into exile somewhere? I imagine he wants to be safe wherever he may end up.
He wants to be free from prosecution. He does not want to end up like the situation we saw with Chilean leader Pinochet, who basically was arrested in London. And so the question is, where can Nicolas Maduro go? Some were saying maybe he would go to Qatar. The Qataris have been very involved in negotiations, trying to have an off-ramp to this situation. The question is, does Maduro leave voluntarily? If he does not, are we going in to get him? You mentioned Iraq. I don't think President Trump wants to put significant U.S. boots on the ground in Venezuela. So the question is, if he doesn't leave, are we going to do some type of airstrikes? Are we going to send in a team to capture him and arrest him? Is it like a Bin Laden style situation for Maduro? So we don't know how this ends. And then the question is, if we do get a new regime, how stable is that government? Does the Venezuelan military try to block the rise of a U.S. friendly regime? Unclear what the end game is going to look like.